Machine learning with JavaScript. Let's go! Many people believe that only Python can be used for machine learning and JavaScript cannot. Well, this is false. Okay, it's true that Python has always been and is still the language choice from machine learning, and all this is because of language maturity, the ecosystem maturity, and the positive feedback loop from the language early machine learning effort. However, there are new advancements, recent advancement in the JS, the JavaScript community, and it is somehow increased JavaScript appeal to machine learning projects. But first, let's meet the speaker. Hello everyone. So how are we doing? I'm doing well, thanks for asking. Even though I don't know whether you're asking, but thanks for asking. How are you doing? How is your day going? I'm very excited to be speaking at JSWORLD conference 2023. I'm very excited to be here today, though I'm not here physically, but I'm still here. So I'm Ikram Babs-Lawal. I'm a machine learning enthusiast. I've been in machine learning for 2 to 3 years. I'm not sure whether it's 2 or 3 years, but that's the range. And I'm a pet lover. I have a cat and a parrot, and I don't want to get deep in that to save time. And I'm a front-end developer with 5 years experience. Yeah, 5 years experience. I love tech in general. And you can find me on any social media with @CodeQueen, code_Queen. The Queen is spelled in a special way because I'm special. Okay, so it's spelled QUINN. You can see it below here. QUINN, CodeQueen. You can find me on any social media with that. But first, before we go into the business of today and the agenda of today, what is machine learning? What is the base of what we're about to talk about? I mean, I'm not just going to tell you to run without telling you to walk, or tell you to walk without telling you to crawl. You can't do that. So let's talk about what this thing machine learning is called. Well, machine learning is an application of AI that enables systems to learn and improve from experience without being explicitly programmed. Well, in simple words, simple terms, simple anything, machine learning is actually focusing on developing computer programs that can access data and use it for themselves. They access data, use it to learn for themselves, learn varieties of things, though it has limitations, but they still learn a lot of things. Example is ChatGPT that has been making rounds and trends since it came out. I mean, it's a very helpful tool, and it's an example of machine learning application. Yeah, so that's just it. So, business of today is machine learning with JavaScript, or JavaScript with machine learning, working hand in hand. So how do they do this together? What aids it? Why? And everything. Though, yes, there's a misconception in the world of machine learning, ML for short. Developers have been led to believe that to build and train a machine learning model, you are to use a certain programming language, and most of the time, 98% of the time, Python and JavaScript often top the list. Python for its simplicity and JavaScript for its maturity. Python is very easy, it's simple, and PyBrain is an example. It's a modular machine learning library that helps developers to build algorithm, test, and compare solutions in environments. Well, and Java for its maturity. Java has been around for decades, and it's like the go-to language for larger organizations, banks, financial institutions, and so on like that. Well, when we now come to JavaScript in the conversation of machine learning, well, it's used for some people, most people, it is used for nothing but frontend. And that's false, because, well, it's false. And I'll tell you why it's false. But even in the context of machine learning, people still assume that machine learning is only used for data visualization. I mean, use D3.js for example. It is used purely for visualizing and data with HTML, SVG, and CSS. But times are changing, and so are the dynamics of machine learning engineering. It is becoming more common practice for developers to write machine learning functions using common web scripting languages. These days it's possible to build and train an algorithm without using any general purpose programming language you want, and that includes JavaScript. Thanks to the new libraries, JavaScript developer can now build ML machine learning for long applications without Python or R. This way, JavaScript can help developers to bring ML to the browser and to the web, and with ML libraries, JavaScript developer can add artificial intelligence to web applications. Okay, so there's a typo here, but I'll just say it. JavaScript doesn't have a strong stand in machine learning now. So, and Python has a very strong, very strong, like a bond with machine learning, like that. Twins, machine learning, Python go hand in hand like these. They're twins, bond together, everything. Python still leaves a huge gap for JavaScript to fill before it can become as great as it is in machine learning. And so let's talk about the few reasons to use JavaScript for machine learning. Let's go. Okay, that was a little too exciting, but okay, so let's go. Data privacy. What's data privacy? What do I mean by data privacy? Cybersecurity is a major concern for businesses and software developers because data breaches can have severe consequences for both the company and its customers. To address this concern, companies often offer secure software developer assessment to identify and address potential vulnerability in their code. One way to improve security is to run machine learning on the user device rather than a server. And this is because machine learning application uses client-server architecture, which means information is transmitted back to the server. If the server is not secure, private messages, images, emails may be accessible to unauthorized parties. Tough luck. So JavaScript is a programming language that does not rely on a server for machine learning capabilities and can be run without sending information to a third party. And this can help to protect user data from being exposed to external threats. Web and mobile integration. The pro and advantage of using JavaScript for machine learning, it is easy integration with mobile and web apps. JavaScript is mostly used for mobile and web apps. So, if I can code, okay, that's so much but if I can code in JavaScript, I can build web apps and mobile apps. Why should it be very, very hard for me to learn machine learning for JavaScript? It will be even easy to integrate. Everything I'm doing is based on purely JavaScript. And whereas Python is only in its beginning stage of developing support for mobile apps, and JavaScript already has a wide array of app development tools to streamline the integration process and help make your code accessible across different platforms with minimal work on your end. And the last one for the pro is the popularity and accessibility. JavaScript is the most popular and widely used programming language in the world, making it the most accessible language for machine learning and app developers. Although most other coding languages aren't supported by most devices by default, like right now, almost every current phone and laptop is built to support JavaScript without needing to install additional software or install something and everything. Because of its widespread popularity, JavaScript support community is also large and well established. You have a problem, have a code bug, you have someone to reach out to very easily. I'm not saying Python is not that popular, but I'm saying JavaScript is very, 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 very popular. Don't get me wrong. So, because many people already use JavaScript, and it will be easy, and it is easy for people to learn, even those without prior experience. It is less daunting for newcomers to machine learning than other less familiar languages. Machine learning for JavaScript is very easy and quick to learn if you're already a JavaScript developer. I'm a JavaScript developer, so it shouldn't be hard for me to learn how to integrate JavaScript into machine learning. It works that way. And that is the end for the pro. And now let's go to the con. Speed. JavaScript isn't known for its speed when it comes to ML. JavaScript is a single-threaded language, meaning that the machine learning model can only learn one piece of information at a time. making it hard for you to build, making the process slow and longer compared to other languages. Cause a single threaded. It can also cause delay or system freeze when there's a difficulty executing a particular code. And this is why some developers choose Python. It has a boosted accelerated training process and generally operates more quickly. And because this process is faster, it accelerates the speed of app development, saving you time, money, and effort, and many things. Let's talk about the library size. Number two. Python has a much larger, more comprehensive collection of inbuilt libraries. We have, if you download an Accordia, there are a lot of Python libraries there for you to use without you even installing it externally. Well, there are some you have to install externally, but like most of the time it's inbuilt. Well, compared to JavaScript, which more recent collection of machine learning libraries, Python selection is more vast, well tested, and capable of doing many more tasks. And last but not least is there are restrictions on the amount of data you can access, store, and leverage. It consumes much data, you can access much data. There are restrictions, and JavaScript code don't have default access to host browser file system, which can also result in restriction in file size. That's short. Now let's talk about some JavaScript libraries for machine learning. Okay, so let's go. First on the list is the one and only TensorFlow. Well, TensorFlow is an end-to-end open source machine learning platform and a JavaScript library for training and deploying deep learning models in browser and Node.js. It aims to create machine learning models for mobile, desktop, cloud, and web, easier for beginners and experts. It's a data flow programming library at its core. Its key features are great support for deep neural network and machine learning concepts, high scalability for computational skills across machine and each dataset, CPU computing, where GPU or CPU computing, where the code can be executed on both architecture, efficient flow with mathematical expression that have multi-dimensional arrays. Its key use areas: voice recognition, voice search, flaw detection, and some text-based app like smart reply, image recognition, and many more. Another on the list is what's number 2 on the list? Okay, another on the list is BrainJS. BrainJS is another library. It's a JavaScript with GPU assimilated library for neural network. It is easy to use and perform computation using GPU fallback to pure CSS if GPU is unavailable. If you have multiple neural network implementations, BrainJS allows developers to train different neural nets to do other things. Key features are creating variety of neural network, creating a simple neural network in high-level language to leverage big numbers of open source libraries. Its key use are creating node application, ad placement, character detection, object recognition, and many more. Another on our list is MindJS. So what is MindJS? Well, so MindJS is a flexible JavaScript-based neural network library. It is used for Node.js. It is a flexible JavaScript-based neural network for Node.js and the browser. It makes use of matrix implementation for efficiently process training data. It allows developers to personalize the network topology. Mind is pluggable, making it easy for developers to upload or download plugins with ease. So the key features of Mind are matrix implementation. It uses a matrix implementation to process data, training data. It is pluggable, and it allows you to customize the network topology, and which is another advantage of JavaScript customization. And its key use is usually training neural networks. So let's talk about number 4 on the list, ConvNext.js. It is a JavaScript library used for deep learning models and neural networks, or neural networks entirely in the browser. A researcher at Stanford University created it. It allows developers to formulate and solve neural networks and deep learning in JavaScript without any software dependency. Its key features are it supports regression and classification. It can be used to train and specify convolutional networks that processes image. Support experimental reinforcement language model based on deep learning. The key use area are neural net regression, neural net classification, training a convolutional network for images, and training a reinforcement learning agent. Okay, so number 5 on the list is neat aptic. Okay, so that will be the last on the list, but not the least. It is neat aptic is a popular AI/ML JavaScript library that has flexible neural network. It helps to remove neurons with like a single code of line. There is no fixed architecture needed for these neural networks for it to function and all of that. You can shape and reshape for your data set, leveraging into neural evaluation, which is executed multiple threads. So the key features are just allowing developers to create feed-forward neural network, and it helps to conduct accurate time series prediction by utilizing previous inputs and their corresponding outputs. It can be used for training neural network, used for neural network normalization, network visualization, network evolution. So to conclude these are like one of the top AI ML libraries for JavaScript that can help you with various aspects of your project requirements. Just keep exploring different libraries. There are more and more libraries that can be used for machine learning with Vue.js. It has JavaScript capability implementing machine learning into web app development. Since JavaScript is emerging as one of the most prominent languages for ML, so I believe that very soon people start hiring people that know how to use JavaScript for machine learning. So now here's the verdict of everything I have said. There are both advantages and disadvantages to using JavaScript for machine learning. I mean, when you select a coding language to create a machine learning application, rather than jumping to a quick conclusion, you should think about your business specific need and research whether JavaScript has the capability to meet this need. Important factors to consider should be your project time frame, whether you want your app to be easily accessible on mobile, marketing consideration, and your developer, your team familiarity with JavaScript. And so, I'll be closing the chapter here. I'm Ikram Babs-Lawal once again. I'm a machine learning enthusiast, a pet lover, and a front-end developer. And thank you for listening to my rants and TED Talk about machine learning with JavaScript. Thank you once again. Hope you have a nice day. Bye.